What is up, guys? Scott from 4Low Photo, and today I've got some exciting news. Traded in the wheelies for this Rubicon over here. So this is a 2025, and took all the stuff off because all our partners, so I'm going to be able to put all the parts back on here. So come with me. I'm going to take you through putting parts from the old Gladiator on the new Gladiator. I'm going to start with the wheels and tires. We got the bed cover. We got the roof rack. I'm going to put the winch on here when I get a plate. Go through taking off these ends of the bumpers and just kind of have some fun showing you all the cool stuff you can do with your Jeep Gladiator, your Jeep JL. A lot of these same stuff apply. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so here is the Rubicon. I just brought it home the other day. You can see it's got the Rubicon wheels and tires, but you know, we want to get the 35s in there, especially since we have the big high clearance fenders over here. We'll make it all a lot easier. But yeah, here's a look at it, how it sits, and we'll see how it's gonna look soon once we get some parts on here. Get her looking fresh. Put the CMM mirror grab handles on there. Get the spider web shade on there. Get the best top going. Like I said, the cover, the roof racks, factor 55s going on the rear, the front. You know, we got parts, so let's do it. All right, as you can see, got these 35s off the other one. They're gonna look great on this one, but I think we're gonna take the chance and clean the inside of these first. So let's get these over here. And we'll give them a little wash real quick. Plus I think I got a bunch of nails. We'll make sure to get those out. Then we'll slap these guys on here. Yeah, that's gonna look good on there. All right, well, as you can tell, look at that. Not one, but two. So let's try to get these guys out of here. Usually they don't puncture the tires that are this thick. Nope. See, just that little annoying guy. Nobody is lucky with this one. Ooh, with it sideways. Looks like a screw head. It broke off. Oh, got it. Well, we'll know in a minute if that went through. We'll have to plug it, but I don't think we will. So, yeah, that's fun. Yep, those could use a good wash. Nothing crazy, but at least knock off some of this brake dust. Get the race lines looking shiny. Also, I had no idea. I didn't mark these, so it's going to be Russian roulette. Kind of like a tire rotation, I guess. So, you know, mix it up a little bit. All right, slide the jack around. For the front of the straight axle, I like to put this right here after the axle housing in that little exposed area of axle tube there. Kind of gives you a center balance. You can't get perfectly in the center on the front, but there you go. Make sure you're not hitting anything important. The Rubicon's got a lot of stuff going on up here. Okay, looks like we're clear of any wires or tubes. Jack stands under here. First tire up for business. Like I said, I don't know which one was which, so it's gonna be a grab bag. They all have pretty even wear. 35s are heavy until I lifted 40 once. High enough, so I like to use my legs. Just kind of help me get that side up there. Look at that, make sure she's firmly planted. We got our fish bucket here full of studs. Of course, we always want to start these by hand. These Racelines in particular, as most aftermarket wheels do, needed different lug nuts. Probably use the key, huh? Here's a look at the truck with, you can see how nice the offset on these Racelines. I think it's 0. You look at the difference of the stock tire, how nicely that thing sits. See, we're sitting flush there, and that guy's got just a little bit of poke. Looking good. This guy off of here. See a little comparison of what a 35 looks like next to this guy. Yep, that makes a difference. Looks so good, but it's that offset in the wheel that makes it really look better. Just like that. Front is done. Go ahead and back it in, just space in the garage. Gladiator's a little too long to fit in here by itself. Look at that screen. That is awesome. Oh, look at those two beauties. Oh, look at that. Jack stands on a jack, ready to go. Alright, I put this here just because, you know, it's the only Charlie Talk I have. But you know what? Might not have nitro in these, but I like the little cap, so we'll put that on there just because it matches the wheel there. Fancy. On the back, since we're doing both, put it right there on the pumpkin. Miss that hitch, but you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Get it high enough for those 35s. Slide these jack stands under here. This epoxy floor was one of the greatest things I've done in this garage. Top of those lights, literally just put those up today. But the epoxy floor is awesome, and now this light gives me great light with not a lot of shadows, especially when trying to film. At least try and see where those line up a little bit. It helps so you're not falling around too much. Because this guy ain't exactly right, even though it is only a 35. Always nice when it works. First time. Hey Meta, what are factory torque specs on a JL Wrangler lug nut? Alright, so the factory torque specs are 130. What that means is we want to take this guy on here, get that to 130 foot-pounds, and when we turn this around the clicks, that's how you know you're there. There's the 130 on there. Very important to do. Make sure, you know, wheels don't fall off. Then you got to tighten them after a little bit too. So we'll go in a start pattern, and we'll turn this till it clicks. That's how you know you're at 130. I could be wrong. Some said 100, some said 130 for the Rubicon. If you know for sure, let me know in the comments below if I'm doing it right. But at least it won't be loose. Might just be a little over tight and hard to get off next time. And there you go. There you have it. We'll do the other three and we'll go for a test drive. As you can see, clearing everything, fully locked, plenty of clearance in there, thanks to those high Rubicon fenders. 35s just fit.